Hey guys, I just wanted to make a quick video on Durian Rider. So Durian Rider, um, basically, he's someone who is a vegan, and he has a unique style of a vegan diet. Um, he's basically a sugarvore, which means that he just eats like um, fruit, um, grains and sugar and um, whatever else that is just basically very high in carbs and low in fat, and also uh, God knows if there's even any protein there. And yeah, so he runs this diet, and he's also he likes to ride the bike a lot, and he's a runner, I guess, too. And he's got other people doing this diet. He's got I think his girlfriend or wife, or I don't know her name, but yeah, they're basically following this protocol that they came up with. They sort of, I don't know, just sort of developed these ideas, maybe out of extrapolating out of nutritional studies or guidelines or whatever, and they take it as gospel and they run with it. And these people, they're very skinny. They don't have much muscle mass, and I really don't think it's a sustainable diet. I think that you give it a decade and they'll probably quit. uh, I don't know, maybe they'll just run with it to the bitter end. But yeah, my thoughts on it are like, yeah, he might be able to run fast and bike fast, but shit, like if you're starving to death in the wild and you gotta hunt something, you're gonna like run fast as fuck. You're gonna have endurance, and because you're going to because really we're basically designed to hunt other animals, and that's really supposed to be the bulk of our nutrition, if not the entire composition of our nutrition. I only eat meat right now. I'll occasionally have cheese, but that's like a cheat to me. And but yeah, basically just meat only. Um, it's, it's essentially been this way for the last 6 months. I had like two two cheat days, 2 3 cheat days where I had some fruit, and it was puree, like smoothie, and it was nothing, no added sugar or anything. Just I had orange juice and fruit, and it made me feel awful. And it's actually dangerous to. I think it's actually very dangerous to consume these foods. I say that because I did it. I was doing a long fast for like 23 days, and it's to heal, and it did help me. I don't recommend fasting, but it helped me out. And I'd say, you know, if anyone's gonna think about fasting, just think about doing it, doing it under supervision, perhaps, or doing a lot of research. And yeah, you got to know what you're doing and listen to your body and stuff. And anyways, breaking a long fast with just sugar, um, you can get something called refeeding syndrome, which can be deadly. And there's many vegans who are into fasting and stuff. And yeah, you feel so great from it, because you're detoxing, or you're letting your body rest, or just process, cleaning itself out of all the garbage that us humans have been eating the over the past 100 years, or past 12,000 years, if depend. Yeah. And anyways, This dude, Durian Rider, he doesn't have. Maybe we could debate. I don't know. He just doesn't have that much muscle mass. He can't put on muscle, and muscle is an indicator of longevity. And you know, uh, like if you just think about it logically, risk of falling and uh, muscle muscle injury, sarcopenia, which is the tissue around the joints and stuff. Um, Sarcopenia is where that tissue is becomes frail or like um, just kind of not very. It becomes susceptible to damage and it becomes weak, and I think that's what these vegans uh, are developing. And there's just a lot of stuff like the shrinking of the brain and or brain damage from consuming sugar in general, and especially high amounts of sugar. And there is glucose in meat. Um, People say glucose is essential, and it is, but we only require a very modest amount to keep ourselves in a natural cycle. And what I mean by cycle is it's kind of like a circadian rhythm where the body shifts into autophagy and um, and anabolysis, I believe it's called. Basically, the building of tissue and the breaking down of tissue for recycling. So we're supposed to have a cycle of that. And when you're consuming high amounts of sugar and carbohydrate or glucose, your body will never really get into a state of this autophagy, which is the recycling of old cells and stuff. That's why they love fasting and stuff, is because that's when they get into ketosis and do a lot of catching up with what we're designed to be doing is being in ketosis basically regularly, maybe every day or every other day. Maybe when we wake up, or you eat a big meal or whatever, and that's your for in the ideal I don't know, in an ideal situation. um it would be you eat a big meal of meat. You hunt an animal in the wild and you feast, and then you wait 24 hours, and your body starts to dip into ketosis, into that autophagy state, in that recycling state, using up old dead, problematic, potentially cancerous cells, and converting that into new healthy cells. And yeah, so I can just go on, but yeah, I don't know. I just felt like calling Durian Rider out. I've seen his debates with Joey. He actually seems like a pretty decent guy. I just don't really like what he's doing, spreading this. You know, People are gonna be ignorant. They're gonna try different things, and good on you for like trying things and you know, doing doing some research and looking into some things. But like, um, I hear vegans that follow these protocols that they'll say, it's the best they've ever felt, so they're not gonna change back or anything. And you know, it's kind of ironic because that's what carnivores will say. They'll say it's the best they've ever felt, and that they're not going to go back. And I'm just going to I side with the carnivore camp, because they just look a lot healthier. If you look at Dr. Anthony Chaffee, this dude is just built, and Durian Ryder, he may accuse him of using steroids, but I really doubt that. Sean Baker is definitely, uh, Sean Baker says, "Hey, if you'll pay for the test, I'll take it." And it seems like Durian Ryder hasn't, you know, he's not gonna pay it. So he's just gonna sit there and claim that he's uh, not natty, or that he's on steroids. Sean Baker, that is, and which I super highly doubt that he is. I really, really doubt it. I mean, he competes. He competes in these sports, and he's number one in powerlifting in all weight classes in his age range. And I think he's natural. And I mean, I don't know how much a test costs, but yeah, just like there's many examples of these carnivore figures, and they have a lot more muscle mass, and they have better skin, and yeah, they're just, I hate to say it, but just like very skinny, and I don't know how to say it, weak, I guess, in terms of physical. And I could probably beat him in arm wrestling without really even training for it, and I'm just a 24-year-old dude. You know he Durian Ryder makes a claim that if you're in a survival situation and you got to run from a tiger or something, or a cheetah, he thinks that he can outrun a fucking cheetah or something, that he'll survive, and whoever is left behind will die or whatever. But I mean, humans, we very likely were top tier carnivores and would actually hunt other carnivores. And so that wasn't really, I don't know. I think that we would have figured a way to handle it back in the day. There's likely casualties, and we probably suffered a lot. But I definitely think that humans are, it's not really that much of a problem anymore. There's just a few incidences of people getting mauled, but we're smart enough that we developed tools to be able to hunt these animals. And you don't really need to just eat a starvation diet to put yourself in a survival state to just to survive this hypothetical situation. And yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be interesting to talk to this guy. I don't know. I'm just a one-off dude. I'm like 6 months carnivore. I've been carnivore on and off. It helps me a lot with my mental health. I can actually function like a normal person for the most part now. And yeah, I'm into weight training now. I'm doing sprints. I can take the dog out. I have pretty good energy. And I'll give him credit that they figured something out. They figured out kind of like a hack or a cheat in order to get the body to be in an energetic state. But I would argue that they're probably in a survival sort of state where they think that's, or they're just so cracked up on sugar that their body's trying to get rid of it in order to protect their cells from damage. So their body will probably, give them energy to exert themselves in order to burn off all that sugar, and in order to preserve the cells and to preserve the brain from being damaged, and etc. And yeah, I mean, he's super skinny, and he thinks his girls look like models, but it's it's kind of sad. I don't know. I don't really think that they are as healthy as they could be. I don't think it's the end all be all. There's definitely examples of women that are healthier and or that have they have more mass to them and they're curvy and stuff, and it's a sign of health and fertility. And I believe he's probably contributing to women becoming infertile, and yeah, um, I don't think it's a sustainable diet. We'll see. You know, yeah, I guess we'll see. Yeah, he's a very interesting guy. I'll give him that. He's he's a unique character, and I'm glad he exists. But it's kind of cool. But it's like sort of like a science experiment. But I don't think it's an experiment that really, it's kind of, I don't know. I don't think it really should be ran anymore, because I think it's just damaging. And this guy, he's gonna be a skeleton when he's older, and uh, yeah, like a lot of these other vegans that follow these diets, fruitarians, for example, and these are cool people. I like their attitude about the stuff. They're kind of what you would say narcissistic, but I get that way, so I kind of get it. So yeah, cool dude. I just think his diet isn't ideal, and I think it's causing harm to people, and even to himself. And yeah, don't go vegan. Eat meat, and eat only meat, and thrive, and get your life back, and or experience what our human condition is really supposed to feel like in this physical existence. Um, Respect the animal that you are and feed it its proper diet. All right, peace, y'all.